Hey everybody, this is a video response to Chris's Bugs and Rugs Show and Tell Monday, and the topic is scents or smells that bring back memories. Uh, Immediately when this subject was brought up, it made me think of my mother. She wore the same cologne the whole time I can remember. And if I hope I can get through this without crying, Chris, but, my mother is so different from me. She was a little petite woman, and she fixed her hair, and you know how it was back in those days. Women fixed their hair and wore makeup, and I guess they do today, but I don't. But she was, she always wore that red lipstick, and, she was real cute. But she always wore the same cologne, and the name of the perfume or cologne was Intimate. And, when Mother entered the room, not like she wore it overpowering, but that was just her scent, and my sister and I both love that scent still today. And I've tried to find that cologne, and years ago I did after she died, but I don't know if they make that cologne anymore. I'd love to find out if they do, but her clothes smelled like that scent. Her pillows smelled of that scent, and that was just her scent, and it was Mother. You know what I mean? And so that's what, that memory of this, this topic brought that memory back. And then when I watched Nancy's video and she was talking about that paint, that immediately brought back to me a picture of my dad and a little bit of my husband. My dad worked all his life in the coal mines, and he always worked underground. And James worked about 15 years on and off underground, but my dad worked his whole life underground. And, when he'd come home, he'd be black from the top of his head to his neckline, and then at his hands, and if he pulled the sleeves up on his shirt, he would just be black, and all you could see was the white of his eyes and his teeth. And his clothes smelled of... I tried to ask my husband this evening how to describe the smell of bank clothes, and that's what they called him, of clothes of a man who's worked underground in coal all day. First of all, it's damp. It's a damp smell because it's so damp inside the mines. And it doesn't smell like dirt, but my husband, it's like he said, I've been raised around it all my life, and his daddy was a deep miner too, and lived with it all his life, except for the past few years he's been a surface miner. And still yet he said he's having a hard time describing that smell. Coal is a fossil fuel, and it's... But when Daddy come home smelling like that, he worked hard. Hold on a minute. Sorry. Smells bring back either wonderful memories or terrible memories or sad memories, And I thought I wasn't going to be able to get through this because of my mother. Because after she died, even her clothes, all her clothes, her whole closet, and her bedclothes, and everything smelled of that beautiful smell of Intimate, Sorry, I don't mean to be crying, and then I think of my dad. Goodness. Hold on. Sorry. But my dad worked hard all his life, and James, when he worked in the deep mines, not that he doesn't work hard today. He has a dangerous job, my husband does, but there's just something about going down deep in the earth underneath millions of tons of rock and mountain and working all day and breathing that kind of air. And so Chris, you brought up this subject, and I didn't mean to cry, but it did bring back wonderful memories and sort of sad memories, about how even today there's men that travel that old bus or little train or whatever deep inside the mountain and work all day. So I'm sorry for getting emotional. I do love your show and tell Mondays, Chris, and I guess that'll be about it. This is Melissa reporting from up in the holler. Bye, everybody.